Hey, and welcome to the second secret level in Duke Nukem 3D. This is Freeway, and we're going to take out these octobrains at the start of the level here. You can see we start underwater in this one, which is quite rare in Duke Nukem 3D, but not unheard of. So there's quite a few octobrains to deal with here, so we want to make sure we get rid of them because we don't want them chipping away at our health unnecessarily. So I'm going to grab the RPG here. You need this to advance past this opening section because we are in kind of a sewer area here. So we're going to grab the goodies here and then we're going to head over here. So there are some sort of sentries up here. We do need to be careful for them because they will blow up on us if they are given a chance. So the interesting thing with Freeway is that it's not like a lot of the other secret levels we've encountered so far. A lot of the other secret levels kind of had a gimmick or something interesting that's kind of set them apart from normal levels, but this honestly feels very much like a normal level. There isn't really a gimmick in this level that sort of ties it as a secret level. In fact, if you put this in the middle of Shrapnel City, it would feel very much in place. So you can see there's a lot of enemies here at the start. We've got pig cops, we've got flying pig cops, and this area is quite dark, so I really don't want to be kind of hanging around in there. So we want to take care of these guys because we obviously don't have that much health. Ooh, well, I don't now, definitely, because I've just blown myself up. We could potentially die here. This is not a good start. Gonna try and take care of as many of the pig cops as I can. So you can see this is kind of like an underpass on a highway, and we want to make sure that we don't kind of get shot at by these flying pig cops because they have sort of bullets like that that can hit us and they can shoot in any direction, so it wouldn't be good for us to take too much damage here. We're going to run through the underpass here and shoot these guys over here. You can blow that wall up there to climb up, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. There is a big med pack there, which is very nice. Going to take care of these guys. I don't want them flying around for too long because, as you can see, they do kind of get a fair few hits in if you give them a chance. So yeah, I like this space. I think it's a very nice looking space. I think it's very clear that this is trying to emulate a sort of highway location. And if you come into the apartment here, you can see that there's a few items in here which we can grab. The Freeway being the main one, but we're obviously going to use the toilet because Duke Nukem has to do his business. Gonna check. I don't think you can blow. No, you can't blow that up. So I shouldn't have destroyed the trash cans there because we could have used those to climb up, but it doesn't really matter because we will be coming back here a bit later in the level. But you can see the level's pushing us in this one direction here. This part will blow up on us, so we do need to be very careful here. Because it's kind of implied that the skyscrapers falling in this area. So as we head out here, you can see there's a bunch of enemies who will spawn and sort of launch themselves at us. We've got to be careful for that because it's very easy to, you know, be overwhelmed if you're not careful in this part. So you can see there's a battle lord down at the bottom here. Now, because we obviously don't have a shrink ray here at this point, I am going to have to face him head on. There's also a lot of enemies who are sort of here to sort of chip away at your health, so you've got to be very mindful of that. I think the blue door there isn't very well signposted. I do think that's one of the aspects of this level that does frustrate me slightly, because when you're kind of running up and down here, unless you actively go in and look into that little alcove where the blue door is, it's very easy to miss it. Luckily, that's not the only way into the blue door, as we'll kind of discuss in a bit. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. And obviously if you drop into the sewer here, it takes you back to the start of the level. So this is an easy way to get back to the start of the level here. Quite why there's a sewer cover that comes to this part, I don't know, but you know, I'm not going to question this game's logic. But there is actually another secret area here. So if you shoot this, you can see this is another little apartment area. And if you blow those doors open there, it actually takes you through to the first apartment area that we were in earlier. So these do actually link up pretty nicely. I think one thing about this level, and I think that this is a shared critique with quite a few players of Duke Nukem 3D, this level's kind of, once you've kind of made your way through certain areas, there's very little reason to go back and explore. It's a very straight shooting level in that you don't really kind of get to go off the beaten path. I do like that little set piece with the police car though, that's pretty fun. And obviously as we make our way through here, grab the health, there's nothing in there for us. I do think that's a nice little moment, so not going to complain too much about that. And I do like the visual style of this one. So like you've got these big freeways and you've got this skyscraper that's sort of toppled over. You can see that there isn't much to this skyscraper though. It is literally just a skyscraper, and then on the other side it's pretty much the end of the level here. So you can't really kind of explore in this area. But this is a cool little moment because you come inside the skyscraper, and once you've got your hands on the jetpack, it becomes pretty easy to kind of navigate to where you need to go. I just wanted to come here and grab these things here. Because that's the only way you can really come back and grab those if you don't grab them before destroying the trash cans. But yeah, I do think this kind of captures that feeling of like a big, busy freeway space. So I think it manages to achieve that at least. It's a shame there isn't more to these sort of upstairs areas here. Like you literally just get to explore this one little room here, and there's a secret room over here which we're going to kind of enter. Not that one, but that is a secret as well. Going to turn the lights out so we can't see us, as if that would help. When you come inside here, there's more chaos and destruction. As you can see, fires. You can see that the roof has kind of collapsed here, but there is a chain gun here, which obviously is going to be very useful as we kind of head through the rest of this level. There is a battle lord down there. I think there's a second one poking around as well, so I just want to kind of come over here. So this is how you can get into the blue door if you can't find the blue door. I do think this is quite an interesting area because you've got these conveyor belts trying to constantly push you back out, and if you haven't killed the battle lords like we haven't, it's obviously a very big danger to kind of be pushed back out like that. Obviously opening that up shows all these enemies here, which is pretty, you know, nasty. Wow, we lost a lot of health there. Oh my gosh, okay. I don't have any health packs. This is kind of scary. Didn't expect that, to be honest. I think those things exploded on me there, which was not nice. Not nice at all. But you can see there's an RPG inside this conveyor belt here. Let's see if I can grab this. Nice little Terminator reference there. So as we're kind of making our way around here, I know there's a secret area here somewhere, and I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. It's been a while since I've played this level, so I'm just kind of gonna see, because you can see someone shooting at me. Is it in this wall? I don't think it's in that wall. Yeah, sorry. As mentioned, when I play these levels, I try to play them as much from memory as possible. And we're getting shot at here. We don't have the health to really be taking those kind of blows. So I know there's a secret in this room somewhere, and I will find it. I'm just seeing it, when I shoot, I'm seeing if my bullets pass through the walls or not. Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Okay. I should have spotted that, to be fair. That's probably because I wasn't looking at that wall. But yeah, there's a little secret area here, and they were shooting through the fake wall towards me, so that was nice of them. Some health over here, which I'm going to grab. So yeah, now we've got the shrink ray. I really don't have to worry too much about this guy. And yeah, that's pretty much the bulk of this level, to be honest. Oh, there's a second one. Let's take care of him. I did say there might be a second one, so, you know. But yeah, you can completely skip the blue door here if you really don't fancy kind of coming up here. You can just kind of go through the window instead if you have the jetpack. Once you get the jetpack, it really kind of makes the level a lot easier to navigate. And there are moments where if you run out of jetpack, you're going to get soft locked and get trapped. So you got to be a bit wary of that. There are some health bonuses up here, which we're obviously going to grab. But I think that's pretty much it for this level. Highway is not a super long level, and to be honest, it's very unremarkable. Like, it has a nice kind of style to it. I do kind of like the way it looks. I do like the big highways, but there's really not that much to explore here. You're kind of given a bunch of small rooms to kind of explore, but really it's not that memorable. And it's a shame, really, because a lot of the Duke Nukem 3D secret levels, even the bad ones that we've done so far, at least had some kind of gimmick going for them, whereas this one just doesn't. And then it's a very middle of the road level, probably below middle, to be honest, in my opinion. It's fine, and I think that's the thing you can say about Freeway. I can understand why this wasn't in the main slate of levels, because it's very forgettable, and I think that it doesn't bring anything new to the table, which is a bit of a shame, really, because this really is the penultimate level if you come through the secret exit in the previous level. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have amazing things to say about this one, but the N64 version of this level, I think, may go down as the level that goes the hardest for the most unnecessary gains. And what do I mean by that? Well, we'll talk about that as we make our way through the level, but you can see they put a pig cop there on the side here, and that was definitely not in the PC version. So that pig cop's there, I think, because if you pop your head out of the water, I think they want to catch players out who may kind of think, well, I only have to worry about the sentries there, and not the pig cop who's going to be shooting you from behind. This area is very nasty when you kind of look at it as a whole, because you've got enemies on the other side of that wall there who shoot through the gap, and you've also kind of got all these things that can blow up on you, that can shoot you, so you've kind of got to be really careful here not to lose too much health. Also, the grenade launcher, as much as I love it, it does have the tendency to kind of love bouncing back on me, so that's something I'm kind of being very wary of here. So as we head back down the sewer here, we're obviously going to blow that back wall up there, and we're going to head through to grab our items. I'm going to blow that up. So you can see immediately there are some notable changes. So for example, they've actually closed off the end there, because in the PC version it was actually just a fence and then kind of sky behind it, but they've actually closed it off here. So one thing I love about the grenade launcher though is that, like, when you're sort of shooting enemies like this, it just kind of one hits them, and it makes them super easy to kind of take down. So as long as I'm not standing too close, we can deal with that. So you can see that the basic area here is not that much different. Take care of you. But yes, so there is no sort of skybox peering over there. Instead, it's kind of just buildings, and what that means is that when you kind of come up here, it looks like you're kind of in a more enclosed space. And it also means there's potentially stuff behind there, which, you know we're going to get a jetpack in a bit, so we'll come back later on to see what's poking behind there. But you can see this secret is still here. No mirror, because it's the N64 version, obviously. So far, so the same. I mean, effectively the same, because there's not much you can really kind of say about that, because there's nothing immediately different going on here. And as we head under the underpass here, we're going to head out to where that Battle Lord was in the previous version of this level. I'm going to just shoot over there. And you'll notice it's not the Battle Lord. It's actually the boss from the second episode. Again, we saw this guy in Hotel Hell, and he was a bit of a nightmare there to deal with. So seeing him again here is not, what I really want to be seeing, let's be honest. It's fascinating to me that they kind of just decided to reuse this guy as a sort of semi-regular enemy in this third episode. I get it, because he's pretty nasty to face off against with his dual rocket launchers. So I just want to take care of him, but I'm genuinely surprised he's actually followed us all the way in here. So that's pretty terrifying in itself. So I don't think I ever remember the Battle Lord making it in here. Someone in the comments can definitely tell me if that's possible to achieve. But with him defeated, we can now explore this space a bit more fully, and you can see at the end there, they've added in buildings. They've also added to that skyscraper bit over there, and we're going to be exploring all of this, don't you worry. We're going to dive into the secret here. Take care of you guys. You want some? Obviously that still leads to the same room that we saw in the previous version. But as we head down here, you can see they've added in all these buildings around here. There's a car park here, there's a police department here, there's babes that need saving as well. They've obviously kept this bit over here, but this police car now has more context because there's a police station right across the road, which is so cool. Again, I'm a fan of little details being added to flesh out these levels, because it makes this feel like a much more real location, somewhere you'd actually come and visit. And obviously a police car there would obviously be across the road from the police station. And no, we can't go in the front door of the police station, but don't worry, we'll get there. So as we come over here, you can see they've added this whole back area. So not only do we have the single skyscraper to explore, we actually can explore what would have been the highway on the other side a tiny bit. So we'll come down here, we'll grab the explosive rounds, and we should be, yes, we do get you. So again, it doesn't add super amounts to the game, but it does make this feel a bit bigger, a bit more expanded, and I do like that. Obviously we still need to drop down here to grab the key card from inside here. So as we're kind of exploring the rest of the level here, we need to still head in here. Again, they didn't do much with this, they've just kind of kept it the same, which, understandable, even though if I don't think this area is very well utilised. That secret was already open there. I think one of the enemies may have opened that for me. Just going to grab the blue key card here. And then we're going to blow that door up. Gotta be careful, because you can actually get crushed on that roof back there where the shotgun shells were. And it is very annoying to die instantly in Duke Nukem from being crushed in a sector that you didn't really think you could get crushed in. So you can see there's a Battle Lord down there, so mercifully they haven't replaced the Battle Lords with the rocket boss that we saw. Where is he? I can hear him, I can't see him. Well, I've charged this up now, so I kind of need to shoot it. There he is. He's gotten stuck behind this wall here. It's kind of funny that he's gotten stuck in that little alcove area there. So this kind of recontextualizes this area, because no longer is this kind of like a dedicated highway. This is actually more like a ending to a highway. So it kind of reimagines what this space is when you put a car park at the end of it and clearly put like a police station and such there. So maybe this part isn't really a highway anymore. Maybe it's just the other bit that's the highway. It's nice to kind of think about what they were trying to envision with these changes. Obviously this space is very similar. Wanted to make sure there that we didn't die. Thank you. So as soon as we open this door here, a bunch of these guys are going to be waiting for us. Oh wow, and you. Well, we learned from the PC version not to let that happen. So you can hit that switch and trap yourself in here. There's no real reason to want to do that, but you know, it's fun to play around. Oh, did I accidentally throw a grenade in here already? That's pretty fun. So yeah, there's the Terminator reference again. Pretty fun. Nice for those who are kind of exploring this level. We do need to deal with this final Battle Lord here, wherever he is. There he is. Just going to charge up fully here and then run up to him and blast him like that. Yeah, he didn't really stand a chance against us there, which is fine by me. And that's pretty much this level done. When you use the red key card here, it takes you to the exit. Oh, wow, oh god. Okay, that was pretty silly of me. But yeah, this is the exit, and as you can see, we can go and bash that. But we're not going to do that quite yet. So we're actually going to explore some of these new areas. So they've actually made this area accessible. So you can jump on the vents here, and yeah, you can actually see into that office there. We'll be coming back to that in a tiny bit. So at the start of the video I said this level goes hard for absolutely no reason. And the reason I'm saying that is because when I played this for the first time, recording this, I didn't realise how much this level actually added in. So as we come to the end here, you can see there's a whole thing behind here with enemies and babes and health, and so this by itself would actually be pretty cool. Not earth-shattering, but pretty cool. And then I realised that I was missing a bunch of secrets, and I was like, well, where are the new secrets? The new secrets in this level are pretty surprising and shocking because you can completely skip through it. So we actually need to come up here. If you look at the window at the end there, it's actually not like the other windows. It actually looks a tiny bit different. So if you jump into here, there's an air vent. And when we come into the air vent here, you can see that we're met by this. And when we sort of shoot this and head inside, we're suddenly inside the police station. Yes, so that police station on the outside isn't just for looks. It's actually a fully explorable area. And this is the waiting room. This is kind of where people would sit. This is behind the desk. So you can see there's enemies here. There's a photocopier there. There's a drink soda machine there. It's wild to me that they've added all this in. And we're going to keep going. If you shoot the switches there, you can open up the security gate. Cool. Obviously, we can just jump through, but you can see the photos here, I assume, of the developers. You can see the map of the LA region. There's the photocopier we were talking about. And you can see there's another vent, so you can see this actually goes all the way around. So if we carried on from where we were previously, we'd have just ended up here. So we're actually going to head down this way, and there's more enemies So this is like a big security pit. Now, as far as I know, there is nothing behind that door there. I don't think there is. But you can see here, this is another little police office with filing cabinets and lots of pig cops inside. We're going to get rid of all these. Save the babe. Destroy the donut because, you know, they don't deserve them. More photos of the developers. I'm just going around checking there's nothing behind all these posters because I've legitimately never been in this area. So let's just have a nosy around. Make sure there's nothing secret here because we're in new territory here. Like, I've played this level so many times over the years, let me tell you. And this is all brand new to me. So we can head down here into the sort of basement area here. You can see the elevators kind of given way. And you can see that this is actually flooded. And we'll destroy that has spawned. So there's so much to actually explore here. You're not just kind of seeing a small bit here. This is like a whole new part to this level. It's like it could be a whole level to itself, like with the scale and size of this area. And it's still going. Like, so we're underwater here. I don't think there's anything in that room there. I think it's just there for scenery purposes. Let's destroy the Octobrain here. There's nothing else here, unfortunately. You can't, there's nothing up top of this sewer, which, you know, I guess, like, is a bit too much to wish for. And there's nothing secret on the walls. I'm just kind of going around making sure there's nothing that I've missed here. So now we're actually going to head up top of the elevator here. Because, yes, there's another floor which we get to explore here. So we're going to take down all of these pig cops, and you can see there's a big armory there next to us, which we'll deal with once I've blown all these things up. So you can see this is a fun little corridor. There's a crack in the wall here, which we're obviously going to take advantage of. So yeah, I don't think you can go in through the armory door there, but I think you can come in through this way. And yes, this brings us to the armory, which is full of goodies for us. So again, this is a fun little space that if you kind of have your eyes peeled, you can explore. There's absolutely no reason for this to be here, but it's just crazy that it is. And these guys have spawned because obviously we went into the armory bit. And this looks like what I assume is the chief of police's office. There's us on the monitor. Say hi to Duke Nukem, everyone.
Come get some.
So I'm not quite sure what this does. I shoot it, nothing really obvious happens. Let's just have another shoot of it. Does something happen out here? Am I missing something? You can hear a door kind of closing after a few seconds, so maybe I'm just being a bit silly and not spotting it. Oh, there it is. Hello. So yeah, there's some hidden pipe bombs in the wall there. I can still hear an enemy walking around somewhere. Let's see if we can find that enemy. You can't hear it over there, so it must be in the police station somewhere. But I'm just going to start giving my opinions on this level now, because there's so much to talk about here. Let's get rid of these pig cops before we do that, actually, so we don't have to worry about that. It is insane to me that they added all of this in, completely optional stuff that no one would have expected, no one was really calling for, and they just fleshed this level out so much. So I recorded this for the first time right before this second take here, and I completely skipped this area, and I only realised there must have been something I'd missed when I looked at the secret count at the end of the level. And I just think that this adds so much to this level. It adds so much to kind of the design, the feel. It's more to explore. It adds character to Freeway. It makes Freeway feel like so much more of a complete level. My biggest critique of the PC version of this level was that it always felt like there could have been more done to the level, and the N64 version directly addresses that by putting a lot more in, adding more character, and just making it feel like such a much more explorable area with more to do. I really like this version of Freeway. I think this might be my favourite N64 version of a level. just because it goes so absolutely hard and it didn't need to. But let me know what you think of Freeway. Do you like Freeway? Do you hate Freeway? Do you prefer the N64 version or do you prefer the PC version? Let me know in the comments.